Uncensored, starring Allyson Smith. Please welcome Allyson Smith.
Thank you so much. That's so fantastic. Oh, how exciting. This is so lovely to be here. I'm just so excited right now. This is wonderful. I was so nervous off the top. I thought I was going to be late here because I was cooking something real quick before I got... Well, that's a lie. I don't really cook. I don't know anyone else. I'm a professional microwaver at this point. That's all I do. I don't even know how to cook. And this is how lazy I am, I realize, ladies and gentlemen. Before I left, when I was entering in the time, I realized I don't even enter in the time anymore in the microwave. I just hit popcorn however many times I think something will take. Anyway, that's how lazy I am at this point. I'm like, 3 popcorns, that shit's done, whatever it is. I'm worried in the future if I pass on family recipes, I have no idea what I'm gonna say to kids, right? I'll be like, hey, if you wanna give that tuna casserole an extra kick, nuke it in a plastic bowl. No idea. So wonderful. And what a nice introduction. To do a show like this is so nice. Normally I'm in clubs and I always have a gentleman bringing me out, which is nice, being a girl, but they always try to give you that added little compliment when you come out on stage. They're always like, oh, she's really funny. And beautiful. Which is always nerve-wracking. It just gives you that added little bit of stress, right? Because then you come out on the stage and the audience is like, oh, she's funny and beautiful. Well, she's definitely cute. She's cute, you know, kind of a Ricky Lake sort of a way. We kind of... Oh, God. So excited about this, too. I stayed up too late last night, and I always stay up too late. I can't go to bed. There's an angry little 13-year-old girl within me who's like, I'm not going to bed yet! You know, like, I do. I stay up as late as I can. Thank you. Completely, at this point, addicted to late-night infomercials. Oh, my God. My life would be perfect if I just owned a bullet right now. You know what I like? All I want is a silver bullet. Make all the guacamole and salsa I need. So many things. Exactly. I'll nuke it afterwards, too. I don't know, though. Late night infomercials, I'll tell you this, has made me grateful to be a woman, though, in this day and age. Oh, yeah. Because if you stay up late enough and watch these late night infomercials, gentlemen, I am sorry, but they are all penile enhancement products. Every single one right now, late night, is make it bigger, The one I saw last night, guaranteed 4 extra inches. I know, yay! I know, wow, 4 inches! I kind of thought to myself, though, you know, if you need to add 4 inches to your penis, you have a vagina. You know, like, save the money on those pills and just get yourself a bullet, you know, like, that's what you should do. Well, this is wonderful. So I'll tell you a little bit more about myself. My name is Allyson. I like to repeat that just so everyone's not like, oh my God, Ricky's really funny. No idea. She was good with those kids and she could tell jokes. Yeah, no, my name is Allyson, which means I'm a sensitive person. So I'm a crier. Every Allyson is a crier, if you know an Allyson. They're always the girl in the bathroom at the end of the night. You probably all met an Allyson in a bathroom somewhere, right? I love you. When I first met you, I hated you. But now I love you. That's always an Allyson. I should ask, is there an Allyson here tonight? Just one at the back? Screw you. It's all right, I'll see you in the bathroom after the show. It's true, Allyson's always sensitive. Names say so much about people. You know, for example, if you ever meet a girl named Tanis, she's a bitch. Thank you. You should applaud that. She's a blonde, pinchy, angry face. You know, that's always a some people laugh, some people don't, but that's just because they're sitting with her and... If they laugh, she'll just bitch all night. Oh, what a good time you are. Yeah. Deans, if you ever meet a guy named Dean, he's a prick. Thank you. Another applause. You bet. How long did you date him for? No, I've thought about it long and hard, though. I'd have to say my favorite guy's name, my favorite of all time, is Jeff. Hey, yeah, I love Jeff. Wait a minute, though. Are you a Jeff? That's what you need, is a Jeff, hey? Because if you meet one of them Geoffreys, boo! Moody Geoffreys! They are always moody and grumpy. They are, they're just angry everywhere they go. Oh, everyone's spelling my name wrong! It's true. I'm allowed to say that because I dated a Geoffrey for a year, so... You can imagine what a good time couple we were, eh? I'm crying over there, he's all shitty and grumpy over here. Hey, thanks for having us over, Tanis. It's awful. Sometimes I feel bad for Geoffrey because I'm just making fun of him across Canada now. Like, sorry, buddy. It's interesting. I guess the funniest thing was a bunch of people that he works with came to see a show of mine one time, and this was many years ago, and it was great, and they went back to his work, and they were all excited. My friend worked there. She told me, they were like, oh, my God, Jeff. We saw this comic. She was talking about Geoffreys, how they're all grumpy. Just like you. He was like, yeah, was that comic's name Allyson Smith? They were like, uh-huh. He's like, yeah, I am Geoffrey. Whatever, loser, you know? Like, take care. That's awful. I didn't mean that. Yes, I did. I am originally from Calgary, Alberta. Yay, thank you, some people. Yay. So I am obligated to say this. Yeehaw. I'm not happy about it either. Home of the Calgary Stampede, always an interesting time. The last time I went to the Stampede, I went on the Zipper, because, you know, I thought I could. And Zipper, always an interesting ride. While I was on the ride, my friend was waiting for me to get off, and while I was on, I guess a piece of the ride just fell off. A wheel just fell off. My friend picked it up and tried to give it back to the carny worker, and he took it and just put it in a bag with all the other extra parts. Like, oh my God. Then moved to Vancouver. I spent a few years in Vancouver, which is truly the most beautiful place on earth. Vancouver, yes, it definitely, it is a lovely place. Hey? And even if you don't think so, you're too secondhand high to care anyway. So, thing I loved most in Vancouver was in all the bars and the pubs for the smokers, for you cigarette smokers, they still had the little glass room off to the, remember they used to have them in all the bars, but in BC they still have the, and it's an all glass room. It kind of looks like a smoker aquarium. Oh my God, it's the cutest thing you're ever gonna see in your life. Just like 50 smokers crammed in that room, smoking away. But you can't really see anything when you look through the glass, because all you can see is like smoke billowing. Just every so often, one of their faces kind of like comes by the glass. You just get like this little swoop of a smoker, hey? Like, save me from myself. I'd get all excited every time. I'd be like, oh my God, there's a smoker right there. I kept hoping that they would build steps up to the top of the aquarium, you know, for us non-smokers. and then we could like go up there and then like drop cigarettes down on it. You know what I mean? Like feed them a little bit. There's the Benson and Hedges. Go get it! But don't tap on the glass though. That really pisses them off. Found out the hard way. Met a fish named Tanis. I now live in Toronto, and yeah, I love this city. I do. Toronto is a wonderful city. The most aggressive homeless people that I personally ever met in my life. I had my first run-in with like a real homeless guy. Very exciting. He cornered me and was like, "Hey, you got $1?" I was like, "No, sorry." He's like, "Whatever. You're ugly." I was like, "Oh my God," a little stunned. But then out of nowhere, this other homeless guy came around and he was like, "Don't listen to him, you're beautiful." I was like, "Oh my God, here's $5. I will be here every Wednesday." It's true. And I love the subway. I'm completely in love with the subway still. I'm new. I know everyone's like, "Oh my God, you're crazy." But I think it's the most fantastic thing. My favorite thing are the signs in the subways. Oh, because they change so often. My most recent favorite sign is a sign. It's a warning. Some of you may have seen it. It says, "It is never too late to learn about pregnancy and alcohol." Yeah, some of you are with me, hey? First time I read that sign, I was like, no, actually, there is a point. But that lesson comes a little late in life. I thought the sign was so funny. The whole time I'm reading this sign, I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm so funny, so many jokes. So I pull out my little joke book and I'm looking at the sign and I'm laughing and writing stuff down. Looking at the sign, laughing, writing stuff down. All of a sudden, I realize that everyone on the subway is looking at me, writing down what looks to be a phone number to educate me. And how it's never too late to learn about pregnancy and alcohol. I know, I felt so stunned, and I felt like I needed to explain to every person, like, no, it's not what you think. I'm not a bad person. I'm just writing a joke about fetal alcohol syndrome. Because drunk moms are funny, right? Apparently not. I find though Toronto, basically, this is what I've come to realize. This city is essentially like Facebook come to life. Do you notice that? Because everywhere you go, you're just running into all these people you've been trying to lose over the last 20 years. You're like, oh my God, there's my best friend from grade 4, and like the guy I dated in grade 8, like it's I saw the very first guy that I ever French kissed. I know, my very first French kiss. And I don't know about the rest of you, but that's a pretty monumental moment, isn't it? Your very first, kiss? Oh my God. I was so excited when I knew it was gonna happen, because I knew he was gonna kiss me, that I just kind of stood there with my eyes and my mouth wide open. Like in anticipation, like, okay. And I didn't shut my eyes the whole time. Like, I kept them open the whole time because I didn't want to miss any of my very first French kiss. You know what I mean? I was like, the whole time, right in the eye. Which is still affecting me now to this day as an adult, because when I'm still kissing from time to time, I'll still peek. Which is so weird, though, when you meet another peeker. Have you ever had that happen? You're like, Oh. One thing I've come to realize, though, now after seeing all these people from my past, is that whenever you run into an old friend, remember this: you are never having a conversation, all right? It is a verbal resume of all the accomplishments you have achieved since the last time you saw that particular person. It's true, yeah, so get your game plan ready. Know what you're gonna say, know how you're gonna phrase it, because everyone lies. One girl I ran into recently was like, oh my God, Allyson, it's so good to see you. I hear you're a comedian, that's great. Right now, I'm a freelance journalist. I know, I was like, woo, big deal, I keep a diary too. Which I do, I won't lie, I keep a diary, I still do this day. Most girls, we all keep diaries, don't we, ladies? Some of us keep diaries. Oh, look, some of you are with me. Some of the girls are like, no, sorry, just you and Anne Frank. It's just the two of you, apparently. You bet, I keep a diary. I've always kept a diary. You know what, if you do have a diary out there, don't go back and read your old diary. All right, that's mortifying, because you'll realize that nothing has changed. It's awful, yeah. And you'll realize, too, that your diary is nothing but a journal of all the crushes on boys that you've ever had. It's true. It's true. Each boy represents a different chapter of your diary. That's why it's very much like the Bible. Because it's like the book of John and the book of Peter and the book of Matthew. Book of Geoffrey, Old Testament. It's Old Testament. I have been single for a little while. I don't mind being single. Single's good, you know, it's nice. Can I ask this, though? Why does it seem like every song on the radio right now is about love? Because it is, thank you. Oh, because it is, I'm with you, sister. Every song is like, love. Why aren't there more songs about, like, personal goals and convictions? You know, like getting your own life together, like, you know, go to the gym. Finish your taxes. Get it together. And go to the gym. You know, like, well, there was one group that kind of, you know, sang about that, but none of us were really that into Wilson Phillips, so. Thanks, but if we just held on for one more day. Last guy I dated was shy. I tend to like the shy guys. At least I thought he was shy. I introduced him to my best friend, which you should always do. If you date somebody, introduce them to your best friend, because they'll be honest with you. My friend was like, no, Allyson, he's not shy. He's dumb. She's like, and you're dumber for not noticing. I was like, but he listens to everything that I say. She's like, yes, because he doesn't understand you. I know, I was like, is that so bad? You know? I go out sometimes. I went out on a date a little while ago. We went out for drinks, which is what I like to do on all my first dates. Go out for drinks. Lots of them. Yeah. Although I never say I'm getting drunk. I just tell him I'm being vulnerable. Get as vulnerable as I can. Last date I went on, I ordered a white wine. That's my drink of choice on dates, white wine, because it's sexy to end your dates crying. Which is what happens if you drink enough white wine. Some of you may, especially if the white wine comes out of a box. That's a good Canadian wine right there. I don't know about the rest of you, but if you're a true Canadian, you were raised with 2 boxes in the fridge, eh? Box of apple juice and a box of Hochtella. Best part about boxed wine, once you're done drinking it, you can just cut out that tinfoil pillow, blow it up, pass out right there. That's why I love it. When I was a little girl, you knew it was a good weekend at the cottage, and both me and my little sister had tinfoil water wings. Hey! Mom cries a lot. Couldn't believe it. I know the memories. A lot of sad ones. The best part, though, was so that I'm on the date, I order the white wine. White wine comes to the table, and my date judges me by my white wine. I know. He goes, oh, you drink white wine. Means you're high maintenance. I know. I was like, wow. High maintenance. You're going to go by the white wine and not the Texas prom queen hair. Hey, it's the wine that tipped you off. Hey, buddy? Like, I couldn't believe it. High maintenance. He was like, no. I mean, you just strike me as the type of girl who's going to need a lot of attention. Thank you very much, ladies. Gonna need a lot of attention. I was like, wow, can't believe you dropped that card. Like, what girl doesn't need a lot of attention? Can I ask that right now? It's true. What woman does not deserve a lot of attention, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, I'll date a loser. You know, like, you don't have to have a job or a bank account, but just pay me some attention, you know? Like, that's all ladies really want, because you're never gonna hear this conversation out of two girls. You're never gonna hear them like, oh my God. Ever since I started dating Brent, I'm just so happy. He doesn't pay any fucking attention to me. We came here together. He's right over there. Hey, baby, look, he won't even look at me. Oh, my God, I'm just so happy. I love self-help books. I hate, though, that they call it self-help. Self-help. Help yourself. And they always put that section in the middle of the chapters. Have you ever noticed that? Like, right dead center. So everyone else gets to watch you walk in through the bookstore like, hey, what's up? I'm just a big fucking loser over here. Just gonna work on some issues. Can't afford therapy, so I'm just gonna fix this shit on my own right now. It's always so embarrassing. Everyone's looking at the books you're reading, like, you know, big people-pleasing sign on the front of my book. I'm like, hey, I love your outfit, you know, like, I'm a self-defeatist, but I'm no good at it. Two biggest things I learned about myself from reading self-help books. Number one, I'm neurotic. And number two, I'm obsessive-compulsive. I know. Which means, as a woman, yes, I have baggage, but it all fucking matches. Absolutely. I'm gonna write a self-help book. I'm gonna call it, Take My Advice. I ain't using it. Chapter number 1, don't take the offers. When I moved to Toronto, actually, I gave up a past career. For a while, I was a teacher. Oh, thanks. Everyone else, a few people are like, yay, the rest of you are like, no. Not at all. We're not allowed. My friend always tells me never to do jokes about being a teacher. She's like, the moment you talk about being a teacher, everyone in the audience is like, boo, she's lame. I was like, wow, thanks, accountant. I'm the dull one. Wow, thank you. I was a supply teacher, too, substitute teacher, which is, I know, the most thankless job. Thank you. As soon as you say supply teacher, everyone in this room wants to switch their names, don't they? It's what everyone does to supply teachers. Hey, ha, my name's not Lisa. You know, like, I'm Lindsay. Honestly, like I gave a shit what their names were. I was like, you're the smelly kid in the corner. I'm gonna call you whatever the hell I want right now. Being a teacher is kind of fun. It was an interesting time. I had to get out, though, because kids are smart. Kids are, they're brilliant. Like, I'll never forget. I remember the grade 4 girl one day. This is when I knew, okay, I think I gotta get out. So smart. She told me her parents were punishing her. I was like, they're punishing you. How do they punish you in grade 4? She's like, oh, my parents? They take away whatever I love. So now, I pretend I love to read. I know. I was like, that's so smart. She just leaves books around all over the place and everything. I was like, that's brilliant. I also hated to read as a child. I don't know why I became a teacher. I wasn't that good at school, you know. Like, closest I came to reading as a child was watching Reading Rainbow. I know, it was the best ever. Hosted by LeVar, who then became the blind guy on Star Trek. That's what happens when you read too much. The only thing I hated more than reading, I think, as a child, too, was probably math. Thank you. Math homework, awful. You know, math homework for me as a child was like getting drunk as an adult. Right? I'd always start out positive and then just end up depressed and crying by the end of it. Why am I so stupid? Why can I do this? 2 grade 6 boys one day. This is when I started to realize kids are so smart I could learn things from them. You know? 2 grade 6 boys were talking about love. They were giving each other love advice. Grade 6. I know, one boy's like, I really like this girl. The other guy's like, you gotta take her to a movie. But make it a scary movie. Scary part comes on, bam, she's in your arms, done. No, grade 6. I was the only adult around. I was like, well, you've got a detention. Because I got some questions I want to ask you. How do I get my boyfriend to commit? Is it too soon to move in? You know, what do you think of Geoffrey? Best day I ever had, though. Best day I ever had was in a grade 1 classroom on Valentine's Day. I know, because we all remember Valentine's Day. How they all had the little pockets on their desk. Remember, we'd all make the pocket. And do you remember you'd exchange Valentines with everyone in the class? And you'd always wait all day for the person that you liked the most to give you the biggest Valentine, but it never fucking happened. Good, I'm not the only one. Excellent. Okay, so... Grade 1 classroom, a substitute teacher, they didn't know I was coming, so they had to make me a quick Valentine, so they wrote me a poem. It was so cute. It said, rose are red. Veals are blue. Gray is sweat. But not as sweat as you. Miss Smith, happy VD. I know, I was like, well, at least that explains why I'm so sweaty all the time. Tell your dad I said hi. No. I'm kidding. I am way classier than that. It was her uncle. I went home to visit my mother just recently, which was lovely. My mom's a great lady. She's very funny. She's a talker during movies, though. Does anyone else have a friend like that who talks all the... It's a movie you both never have seen before, and they've got questions for you. Every single time, we'll go to the movies, and we'll never see it, walk in, sit down, the movie will start within, like, 5 minutes. Who's that? Like, I don't know, Mom. He just came on. Like, I don't know. Well, when's he coming back? I don't know, Mom. You know? So now to get back at her, whenever she makes me go to church with her, yeah, I just ask questions all the way through the sermon. I'm like, hey, Mom. So, when do we get the wine? Hey, Mom, when's It's Jesus coming back. She's like, shut the hell up. I'm like, oh, not the best place to say that one, eh, Vicky? It was her 60th birthday, and that's why I went back, too. So I was like, well, we're not doing a movie. So what do you want to do for your 60th birthday? All she wanted was to go see the male exotic dancers. I know, it's 60. I was like, okay, well, if that's what you want, but it's not so much sexy as it is scary. Oh, all I'm saying, ladies, is I hope you're turned on by Doc Martens and the Running Man. That's all you get, just some guy doing a step back the whole time. What's up, ladies? You like that? I can use both my feet, you know? I couldn't do it. It was brutal. I have a whole different respect, though, for the lady dancers. I think those ladies are very talented. It's an unbelievable skill, some of those ladies. I know. I myself could never be an exotic dancer because I do not have the inner thigh muscle strength that is... Oh. Some of you don't really... Okay. All right. For those of you who don't know, this is the move I'm talking about. I'll never forget the first time I saw the female dancers because it was amazing. The girls, they came all dancing in, the one girl, and she was dancing, and the pole's like right here. And she was so great because she's like, so she sexy dances over the pole like, oh, imagine sexy. So like, oh, sexy. Hey, hey. And then from a fully standing position, right? Oh, sexy, sexy. She almost like floats onto the pole. Sexy, It's exactly it. So like, sexy, Nothing but her inner thigh muscles holding her on that pole, just... Which to me is a pretty amazing skill. What's even more amazing is how do you figure out you're good at something like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you just kind of stumble upon that particular talent in your life? Like, what were you, just walking along someplace that was icy one day? Real icy, nothing but a bunch of poles around you. You're just walking along. Da, da, da. You happen to slip, there's nothing but a pole. You're like, oh! Holy shit, I am really good at this. Where can I hone this particular skill I've just found? I've thought about it too. And you know what? The only other time a skill like that comes in handy is if you're a firefighter and there is a false alarm and you're going down the pole because then you can just like, and then go back on the pole with the strength of your thigh muscles. It's amazing. And that is why I could never do it. Well, that and I'm a huge klutz. Like I have a trick ankle. I'm an ankle roller. Anyone else out there got the gift of the trick ankle? Oh, yeah. I'm so skilled with my trick ankle now at this point, I don't even have to do anything to fall over. It's true. I was standing in a bar the other night just trying to look cute, standing, 2 feet grounded, just like, hey. And all of a sudden I just rolled, like, what's up? Oh, my God. And just... I did nothing. Just, oh, my God. It's, oh, my God. And like... If I was an exotic dancer, I know exactly what would happen, you know? Like, the music would start. I'd take, like, 2 steps, like, dun, 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 dun. Oh, my God. And, like, fall. I'd probably hit my head on the pole. Give myself a bloody nose. I'd be like, oh, my God, I'm really hurt. Give me money. I make my tips. It's true. I'll never forget. Worst ankle rolling accident I ever had was the day before grade 7 in my life. 13, you know, such a strong, unfragile age. I was riding my bike, and I don't know how I managed to do it. Just ran along, rolled my ankle on the pedal because, you know. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my God. Flying off my bike, I fall down this huge hill, but I don't, you know, break any bones or anything. I cushion the fall, you know, with the side of my face. Yeah. Yeah. So I started junior high, like profile Allyson, profile Freddy Krueger. It's a rough way to start school, you know, like trying to make friends. I'd approach everyone on my good side, like, hey, how's it going? Can I eat lunch with you guys? I'd turn around, they'd be like, oh my God! But I didn't want to cry because it would sting. And that's hard for an Allyson. No tears, no tears. I'm so grateful you guys got my Freddy Krueger reference. Thank you for laughing. Sometimes people forget about the good horror movies of the past. Oh yeah, I'm a horror movie fan. Scary movies are my favorite. Oh yeah, you bet, feel free. I'm glad to hear some people out there like them. Oh, they are my absolute favorite. Not necessarily good ones though, not the ones that I like kind of like the B, like the D- rate, kind of. You know, the stuff that nobody watches, you know? Like stuff called like Witch Grandma. Or like Devil's Pudding. Stuff that nobody rents. I'm like, I want that. I love it. Hard to rent a movie though, you know, when you go out with friends, because they're all like, oh, you know, especially my girlfriends, they're like, want to get the love movies all the time. Oh, Allyson, oh my God, look it. Pride and Prejudice is in. I'm like, ooh, I don't know. Oh, look, Leprechaun 4 Back in the Hood is in. Huh? It's ridiculous. I think I grew to love horror movies so much because they're the most detached from your life. You know what I mean? Like, you could be going through any sort of crap in your life. You know, you could be getting dumped, lose your job, you're broke. You throw in a horror movie, you're like, oh my God, thank God I'm not possessed. Well, things are looking up for me right now. That's why I love them. Even as a young child, I was more into horror movies and cartoons. I think probably my favorite cartoon was Gummy Bears. Thank you, yeah, it's a classic. Yeah, I loved it. A lot of the cartoons now are scary. What the kids are watching, especially some of the anime, those Japanime cartoons. Oh, and I know this because I used to do voiceover work for Dragon Ball Z. I know. So I do some of the cartoon voices, which is always fun. But here's what I've come to realize, ladies and gentlemen. Japanime, anime, nothing but cartoon porno. It's true, because if you ever pay attention, all the girls have perky boobs and little tiny skirts. And they don't even talk. The girls never talk in these cartoons. They just kind of make reactionary sounds all the time, which are very sexual sounding, you know, like, Isa, oh. Isa, oh, see, oh. And that's just them, like, walking to the store and writing a check, you know, like, most unsexual things ever. The only other time I ever got to use my sexy voice was when I worked at Walmart. Thank you. I was 16, I did all the PA announcements at Walmart, so I used to really try and, like, sex it up. Like, really work my sexy voice at 16, because the Walmart announcements, pretty sexy. I'd always be like, personnel from automotive. Here's a call for you on line 1. Personnel from janitorial staff. There's a pool of urine in aisle 5. kicked off the PA. My biggest dream in life, I think what I really always wanted to do was to be a singer. That's what I really wanted. I always wanted to be a singer. Yeah, I still do. Part of me is like, I'd love to be a singer. Because I get angry when I look at a lot of the singers or listen to a lot of the singers nowadays. I don't know about the rest of you, but I think we have a group of very untalented singers right now living it. Yeah. I think, especially for some of the ladies, we've hit a point of like no return, you know? Like, okay, for example, Shakira. Can someone tell me right now, is that a singer or a cat in heat? No, you're with me, right? Like, you've heard Shakira sing, like, that's what she sounds like. No, your body parts don't lie, but your singing teacher sure did. I can't stand her. Who else? Brittany? Miss Brittany. I know, look at everyone's like, don't you dare. She is pulling it together. She's wearing makeup again. She's going to the gym. She's listening to my new song, you know, like Brittany. But she always had that same nasally, yeah, and that baby kind of nasal, you know what I mean? That like, she always sounded like a chipmunk on helium having an asthma attack. I think the worst song that has been driving me the most crazy for what it's singing about is probably Carrie Underwood and her song Before He Cheats. I hate that song too. It's an awful song. For those of you who don't know, this is a song, thank you, yeah. Because it's a song about a crazy girl. And ladies, we're already battling the image of being psychos everywhere that we go. All right? We can't give these men a chance. They're like, you're crazy. Yeah, we all are, you know? Like, and this song is awful. It's a song about a girl who trashes her ex's truck because he's cheating. I can't stand it. Like, it's just ridiculous, you know? She's singing about keying his car. I was like, wow, so you're keying it. Wow, can't believe he broke up with you. You know, he seems so sweet and all. What's the other thing, too? She sings about a key in his truck and you're buying the new girl some cute drink because she can't shoot whiskey. So you shoot straight whiskey and key trucks. Carrie, I think it's time to let the Lord Jesus take the wheel. My favorite part, too, is she sings about how she carves her name into his leather seat. Every time I hear it, I'm like, really? You carved your own name? You're with me, like you're not even gonna try and cover that shit up a little bit, hey? Right out with it, just, Carrie Underwood! This American Idol's pissed off! You know, like at least hide it a little bit. At least be like, Kelly Clarkson! Clay Aiken! You know, like just cover it up a little bit. I don't know, maybe I'm just a little jealous. Maybe I'm a little jealous and bitter because when I hear it, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'd like to carve my name into my ex's leather seat, you know? But the only problem with that is that it's hard to fit Allyson Smith on a mountain bike seat. You know what name you can't fit on there, though? Tanis. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've been absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Allyson Smith.